everybody, it's cobradvs here, and it's my first video of 2012. So far, so good. It's currently the 4th, a Wednesday. I'm pretty sure it's a Wednesday. But, so I thought I'd do this video of a retrospective of 2011. Now, where am I gonna set this over here? I did a video like this last year where I did my top 10 games of the year that I played. And I'll be doing that again this year, but I'm also going to add some into it, some games that I wish I played, some games that were disappointing, some games I'm looking forward to. So just so this video is not a half an hour long, why don't we just get going? I have them all on my computer here because I don't remember things all too well sometimes, so sometimes just making a list is best. Alright, so we'll start with my top 10 games of 2011. Now this is completely subjective, this list, because it's really hard to choose, because I've played a lot of games this year. It's hard to choose 10. So, any one of these games is, one of the best games I played this year. So it's not necessarily in order. We'll just say how pleased am I with the game is kind of more how this list is. So, starting on number 10 is Worms Armageddon on the Dreamcast. It's probably the Dreamcast game I played the most. I just thought it was a really fun game with an interesting premise. If you haven't played a Worms game, I'd check one out. They're on everything. They're on like the iPhone, I think, the Xbox Live Arcade, Dreamcast, PlayStation might have one, 64. Anyway, so number 9 is, oh man, this one was. I'm gonna make number 9 two games. I'm gonna make it Knuckles Chaotix and NBA Jam Tournament Edition on the 32X, both of them. Excuse me, they are both my favorite 32X games. I just had so much fun playing them that, they deserve to be on the list. NBA Jam, I had so much fun playing NBA Jam. To me, it's light years ahead of, like, the Genesis and Super Nintendo ones. They're really not even in the same league. I mean, the 32X ones are really good. I had a lot of fun with it. Number 8 is Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. I was never a big fan of Punch-Out in general. And then I got Mike Tyson's Punch-Out in I believe a trade with Bithead 1000, and I played it and I sort of just kind of shrugged it off, like, what's the big deal? It's not that good. Well, I played it later and gave it another try, and I gotta say it's a lot of fun. It's an NES classic. It's well worthy of that name, if you ask me. Number 7 is The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past on the Super Nintendo. This was an excellent game. The first Zelda game I actually beat, all the way through. In fact, I've played very little Zelda games, but I am a fan of the whole universe. So that really opened opened my eyes to all the Zelda out there. I want to play, the N64 versions, or the N64 entries, Skyward Sword, all of them. So that game's really where I got started at. And, and by the way, it was excellent. So, number 6 is Castlevania Lords of Shadow. This game was just so fun. It was just incredible. It's a big game, full of a bunch of action, puzzle solving, huge boss battles. It's just everything I wanted it to be. Some people claim, here's a few complaints I've heard, that it's a lot like God of War. So what? It's a lot like, was it Shadows of the Colossus or something? Is that I can never remember that game. I think it's Shadows of the Colossus, though. And, it's a lot like that game. Okay, so what? You could make that claim that, I don't know, Sonic All-Star Racing's a lot like Mario Kart. Well, who cares? They're different enough. They're the same genre, really, I guess is the only thing you could say. So whatever. Number 5 is Super Mario Galaxy 2. This was an excellent follow-up to the first. Kind of like everything the Wii version was, but better. It was an improvement. So Super Mario Galaxy 2 is definitely like a definitive, Wii game. All right, so next is Super Mario 3D Land on the 3DS. This is like it does what Mario does best. It just makes an excellent game on a new platform. It really sort of like solidifies the fact that the 3DS is a great system that's probably not going anywhere. Leave it to Nintendo to do, what needed to be done. It's a great game. I really enjoyed it. I'd highly recommend it if you have a 3DS. Yeah, it's an excellent game. Number 3, I just beat the other day. It's Aliens Infestation, and actually I have that one here, along with 3D Land. I have a few of them just sitting by me, but because we are moving, most of my stuff is still boxed away. And Aliens Infestation right here. This was an excellent game that I really just am pleased 100% with it. Well, I'm pleased 99% with it. There's this part in the end of the game where you go outside of the spaceship, and I kind of hated that. I just didn't like it. You could never see where you were jumping. Yeah, so, but anyway, it's like a Metroidvania type of game. What did I hear the other day? You know, most people when they describe a game like this say Metroidvania. I was watching a review and he called it Castleoid. Like he mixed Castlevania and Metroid. Instead of saying Metroidvania, he said Castleoid. I didn't like that at all. Metroidvania sounds a lot better. Anyway, this is a Castleoid Metroidvania type game. It's a lot of fun. It pays so much like respect to the Aliens franchise. I really recommend getting this. Number 2 actually is another portable game, Mario Kart 7. A lot of people like this game, and I'm no different. It's Mario Kart. I mean, what do you expect? It's a great game. It's a lot of fun. The online is excellent. The multiplayer is excellent. The track design is probably as good as it's ever been. It's just overall an excellent game. To get 4 people in a room and, you know, connect your 3DSs and just play this game, it's a blast. It's so much fun. Okay, and then last but not least is number 1. Now, like I said before, this list is kind of subjective. Like, any one of those top 5 games could, or 6 even, could, you know, I'm going to say top 7. Any one of those top 7 games could actually be number 1. So this list is kind of, you know, it's really hard to choose, but I'm going to go ahead and have to say, actually, I have it sitting right here. Say, this is a game I was really anticipating solely on the developers of the game, and it's Rage. You know, a lot of people apparently didn't like it. It was really everything I wanted it to be. It was a great first-person shooter. It's got some driving elements in there, some combat. Reminds you of a little Twisted Metal in there. This is just a game that has quality. A game that they took time with. A game that you can see that they cared about and paid attention, and you know, it shows in the final product. You know, it's just, and it's a shame that a game like this would kind of get like pushed to the side by like Call of Duty and, you know, those kind of fans, because it's just, they don't know what they're missing. Because I hate to break it to you folks, but Call of Duty is not the best series out there, not by a long shot. And games like this get pushed to the side because it's not Call of Duty. So for those of us who paid attention to the game and saw that it was coming out and played it and liked it, you know, I hope you did. And it's probably my favorite release of the year that I've played. Yeah, I just highly recommend it. Plus, it's getting pretty cheap now. It's like $30 new. So that kind of sucks because I paid $60, and then a few months later it's you know, $30, but whatever. So that's my top 10 games of the year. Now we can move on to, let's see, I've got another list here. Disappointments of the year. Well, I have a typo in the thing. It says disappointments of 2012. It's supposed to be disappointments of 2011. Not many, really. Not many. Really, I actually only have a couple written down. The first one is Modern Warfare 3. Calling this a disappointment really doesn't, it's not really a disappointment because it's not really disappointing when you know what you're going to get. You know, as soon as it's a new Call of Duty game is announced, everybody knows what's going to happen. It's going to be the same damn thing with some different guns and customization. To me, it's really, it's at a disgusting point right now because it's sold more than Black Ops, and I'm pretty certain it's the highest selling game in the series. And to me, that just kind of shows that I don't know, that people aren't. I don't really know how to describe it. It's just they don't. I don't know. They're suckered in, maybe. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. I'm actually really happy I didn't buy this one. I did end up buying Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops, but got rid of them quickly because, you know, it was the same thing. It really was. So enough enough of Modern Warfare ranting. And then the next one is Duke Nukem Forever. You know, I actually didn't mind Duke Nukem Forever too much. That's over here somewhere too. But the bottom line is, it wasn't as good as it should have been. You know, I understand. You know, they probably did what they could, and no. They probably didn't do what they could. They probably just sort of, I don't know. Nothing about this game reminds me of the original Duke Nukem. In all honesty, I mean, the levels are completely linear. You don't have to get key cards hardly. You can only carry 2 weapons at a time. You can't even use your foot. In Duke Nukem 3D, using your foot was like, awesome. You just can't do it here. Instead of buying Duke Nukem Forever, I'd recommend go to the Xbox Live Arcade and just download Duke 3D. For one, Duke 3D is longer than this game probably. This game's, it's not short really, but it's not necessarily long. So it was a disappointment. And really, that's my only disappointments. You know, I didn't get to play everything like I said, so maybe there's something out there I'm missing. But okay, before I go to games I'm looking forward to, I want to do games that I didn't get to play this year and games that were close to being in my top 10 but not quite. Games I didn't get to play this year: Skyrim. These are games I kind of want to try out. Skyrim, Gears of War 3. I wouldn't hate trying out Battlefield, though I'm sure I know what to expect. Let's see, Sonic Generations, I really wanted to give that a go. Ocarina of Time 3D, Star Fox, 64 3D. There's a lot of games out there I didn't get to play this year, so I wouldn't hate giving those a try in the future. Alright, so games that were close to making the top 10 that didn't quite make it. Just off the top of my head, I've got 3 Xbox 360 games that I'd like to add. And I'll go ahead and grab them. Where's the last one? Right there. Okay. Alright, the first one is a game I just recently got. It's Ninja Gaiden 2. This is an excellent game. It is a lot of fun, albeit a little tough. But, you know, it's hard to knock a game off because of its difficulty. Although sometimes it does feel a little cheap. But it's still an excellent game. I'd recommend it. Next is a first-person shooter that I wanted when I heard about it, the story behind it, because I just thought it sounded interesting. It's Crysis 2. You know, these are the kind of games I look for, games that are different, that stand out. You know, this is in New York City during an alien invasion. Okay, well, that's a lot more fun than being in New York City during, you know, the Russians invading or something. It's just, to me, aliens are a lot more interesting than people. Call me stupid, but that's what I think. And then the last one, I had a hard time putting this in the top 10, although I really did enjoy it because it's a game that really came out 10 years ago. Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary Edition. I had never played the original Halo. A little dust on it. Never played the original Halo, and this was really a treat to play. It's a lot of fun. It's interesting to see the differences between like this and Halo 3 or Halo Reach. It feels a little old. It's not quite as polished as like a current gen like Halo game would be, but it's still definitely an excellent game. And one of the differences that I really liked in this game is the power of the sniper rifle. The sniper rifle in Combat Evolved Anniversary is way more powerful than like the one in 3 or Reach. You can take out elites with one headshot. It's a lot of fun. Yes, here was another one I wanted to mention. This is also a recently got game, Contra 4. I've been playing the hell out of this lately, actually. I've been playing a lot of it, and what's my verdict? It's a great game. It is what you know, it's Contra. It's kind of a return to form. It reminds me a lot of Contra 3. But it's a little tough, I'll be honest. I tried playing it on the normal difficulty, and that's what I'd like to try and beat the game on, but there's like a little puncture in the thing. I didn't notice that. Oh, but it's just a little tough. It's got such a they expect you to be so quick, and I don't understand it. When you watch like walkthroughs online, you'll see people like going through the level and just no problem. Like, it's not even an issue, but to me, I can't do that. It's going to take years, not years maybe, but a long time of practice to get that game down. So, so those are those are some games that, were honorable mentions, if you will. I really can't think of any others, to be honest with you. But I'm sure there are some. So here's some games I'm looking forward in 2012. Hopefully you guys agree. The first one is Aliens Colonial Marines. It's sort of like the big brother to Aliens Infestation. Um, it looks pretty fun. I really enjoyed Alien vs Predator on the Xbox last year, and if the campaign in Colonial Marines is anything like the Alien or the Marine campaign in AVP, I think I'll be satisfied because that game got pretty poor reviews in all honesty, but I really enjoyed the game. I don't really understand where all the negativity was coming from, but that's just me. Alright, next are a couple 3DS games. Paper Mario 3DS. I never got into Paper Mario too much other than this one. I played quite a bit of this one, but I want to give the older ones a try. I have played a little bit of them, but not much. And yeah, I want to try that, and Kid Icarus Uprising. That's the next one coming out. I've only played the Kid Icarus on the NES, so that's the only thing I have to base the Uprising on. Sorry, I'm putting some games back over here. Alright, so that's the only thing I really can base it off, but I don't know, there's a lot of people seem to be excited. I guess I'd consider myself one of those people. Anytime a big name 3DS game is, coming out, that'd be great. Serious Sam 3, the console release is what I'm looking for. It's on PC already, but I don't PC game. I don't have a PC built for gaming, so actually I just have a laptop, and it wouldn't run most games. I don't know if it'd run Serious Sam in particular, but I just don't really game on it. Let's see what else. Yeah, so I'm a big Serious Sam fan, and the third one looks pretty good, so go ahead and give that a try. And then last but certainly not least in the new releases, in fact it's probably my most anticipated, it's Halo 4. I'm a big Halo fan. Neo Flynn and I used to talk about it on Rattlecast a lot, and yeah, it looks fun. It doesn't look fun because I haven't seen gameplay, but it looks, like I anticipate it. I am anticipating that game coming out. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, don't ruin it, don't ruin it." Whatever. As long as the sequel improves upon its predecessor and is different enough to distinguish them, I see no reason why to not keep making sequels. I really don't. If I hate to bash on Call of Duty again, but if you go back to since Call of Duty 4, they've really not made any drastic changes. Probably the biggest change would be the addition of Nazi zombies, which is probably the most original thing in the game. But and then to look at the Halo series, okay, Halo 1 and 2, I really haven't played, but I do know there are several differences. And then Halo 2 and 3, it's a world of difference. And then Halo 3 and Reach, if people say Halo 3 and Reach are similar, they clearly haven't played them, because they're very different. At the core, they're still Halo, but they are different gameplay-wise. So yeah, anyway, so I'm looking forward to that. I didn't really plan on doing this, but what are some of my collecting goals for 2012 as I sort of put my games away? Collecting goals, I'd like to get some, this year I did pretty good on getting some rare stuff. This year I accumulated Earthbound, I got a box Chrono Trigger, a lot of rare Super Nintendo stuff, so if you check out my, video from a few months ago what I titled possibly the most epic unboxing ever, that video, that haul of games, really, if I would have gotten that just all year, I would have been stoked. I got it in a day, and that was insane. So, I'd like to sort of improve upon certain collections. I'd like to get some more uncommon NES games. Some more Box Genesis is always nice. Sega CD, not 32X, 3DS is another one I want to collect for. So yeah, that's pretty much all I want to do. So that's pretty much the end of this video. I don't really know how long it's been, probably a while. But yeah, that was 2011. I thought it was a great year for gaming, to be honest with you. I thought it was pretty good overall. And hopefully 2012 can be great, with the Wii U coming out. 2013, maybe we'll get the Xbox 720 or the PS4. So one can hope. So that's it, guys. yeah, I mean, thanks for watching, and thanks to all who support my channel, because I've been out here a little over a year now, and I've gotten quite a bit of positive feedback. You know, I'm just crossed over 400 subs, which to a lot of people isn't a ton, but to me it's a pretty big pretty milestone, I guess. So I can't wait to hit 500, maybe hopefully one day 1,000 or whatever. Um, so anyway, that's the end of this video, guys. So thanks for watching and have a great 2012.